Hey divas, welcome or welcome back. It's your girl Keisha. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. It's Vlogmas. I'm so excited to be here with you today. I figured the best way to start off Vlogmas is to walk you guys through how I set up my budget. So if you're interested in seeing me set up my December budget, then stay tuned. We have a monthly snapshot, and this is undated, of course. So you can use this for whatever if you want to go ahead and put your bills in here. I don't write my bills on this sheet, and I'll tell you why in a moment. So I have this Agenda 52 book, got it from Hobby Lobby, but it's great because it has like the dates, the months, like anything you would need. So I'm just gonna go ahead, put the date dots on these. Okay, so now we have all the dates on here. I'm just gonna put some important things on here and because I have a planner, I don't want to be redundant, but I do put things on here that I know is probably going to cost me some money. Now, what people would typically do, like I mentioned earlier, is they'll put their bills on here, but because most of my bills are due in the beginning of the month, it's just too much for me to do. It's actually easy if I just pull these pages out. I'm just gonna put down a couple things I know we have coming up, and then I'll be right back. This is what I really should have had in front of me initially to see what I have going on. If you haven't seen this already, I did a quick little YouTube short just on doing my December plans. So that makes it easier for me to know what I have going on. So when I'm setting up my monthly budget, this just gives me a quick snapshot of things I know I have to do for the entire month. So the biggest thing for me this month is clearly the holidays, as I'm sure it is for you. You know, my kiddos really just being on break. So just to give you a quick walkthrough of what I did. So I just put the events that I know that are gonna cost me money. This is my budget planner, so I don't need to know like doctor's appointments and those sorts of things. Those will be in my main planner. But for my budget planner, girl, all we care about is the coins. So on December 4th, we have holiday pictures, which I'm gonna have to possibly pay for. We have a holiday party as well, but that's not gonna cost me anything, so I'm not really indicating that there. My twins have a class party, so I am the room mom for one of my twins' class. I know I'm gonna have to spend money for that. Then they start Christmas break, and I might take them on an overnight trip. They watch the videos. I'm not gonna say where I'm going or where I might take them, so that's gonna incur some costs. Then we're supposed to have breakfast with Santa on the 23rd. That's gonna cost me something. Oh, I do have one more thing here. You see, and I didn't put it in my main planner, so I'm gonna correct it in my main planner as well. My husband and I are supposed to go on a date this night. Okay, and that is going to cost me money as well. Okay, and then where I was here, so the kids' winter break is happening for 2 weeks, to a little more than 2 weeks. So I know for these 2 weeks that my grocery budget is probably going to go up because they're going to be home all day eating everything. And my husband and I are going on a mini trip for New Year's. We'll be back before, you know, New Year's Eve or so. For just like a day or two, we're going to be there. So these are the things that I know are going to cost me money. Besides the regular things like my bills, my food and eating out. These are additional expenses that I expect to incur. So I want to have a snapshot of that when I look at my monthly planner. So now that we have that done, let's go ahead and put this into the binder and let's see what we can do next, okay? And the last thing I do to set up my budget are these two last sheets I created, which I think are so important. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull these next two worksheets out and we're gonna get these done. Okay, the first thing is my monthly snapshot. I really love this worksheet and I hope you guys love it as much as I do. I'm gonna go ahead and just throw the month on here. So I call it the monthly snapshot because this is exactly what it is, a snapshot of what you project your month is going to be. So right here, the first section is just writing your projected income. How much are you thinking you're going to make this month? Obviously your regular paycheck, your side hustles, child support, alimony, wherever you're getting money from, you should put it right here in this section. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm going to be completely honest. Because my income is not my income solely, I don't want to give too much detail because I just want to kind of cover my husband as well, like, you know, not put all his business out there too. So I'm going to just write down my total projected income. I can come back in here and fill out, you know, each particular section. Okay, so for the month of December, I'm projecting that we're going to bring in $16,301. Okay, based on all the things, all the streams of income that we have, I believe that we're going to bring in about that, give or take. So what you would do, you know, a lot of our income, I'll just put here 4 streams of our income coming on the 1st. Let me see. Well, 3 of them coming on the 1st, and then we get the rest of our income throughout the month. All right. So the next section talks about major events that you have coming in this month. So obviously one of the major events we have is Christmas. Okay. The date is the 25th. So I'm budgeting for Christmas $2,500. My sinking funds, though, I believe I have $600, or I will have $600 after I do my first stuffing in December, but I'm budgeting about $2,500. So that includes food, any kind of additional decoration I'm going to do for the home, and gift giving. So my sinking funds clearly are not enough to meet that goal, which is fine. We'll do better next year, but at least it gives me some. So I'm like, I'm gonna budget $2,000 for Christmas. Okay. Next we do have some travel. Okay. Let me see. Family, we have 2 opportunities. So that's gonna cost us about $500. Hubby and me. And I'm gonna put $500 for that. Now those are all the major things I have going on. My monthly financial goals. My first goal is to pay off, I don't talk about debt much because mainly I'm usually cash stuffing, but I have this little nagging card. Pay off Visa. I believe it's about $200. So what I love about this sheet also is not only does it help you identify what your goals are, or you can identify what your goals are, it also has a second column that says, well, how are you going to accomplish it? Because it's one thing to write that I want to pay off $200 on my Visa, but girl, how are you going to do it? Okay. So I'm going to pay $50 per week. And I'm going to put half of my rollover towards this. So whatever rollover I have from my cash envelopes each week, I'm gonna put half of that towards paying that off. I also wanna earn $1,000 per week. I'm being real with you guys. Y'all are seeing inside my soul with my goals now, okay? And how am I gonna do that? I'm gonna earn $200 per day, 5 times a week. I'm also going to sell items on Poshmark because your girl got to clean out my closet. And this month also, I need to establish 2023 sinking funds and just overall financial goals. Like your financial goals doesn't always have to be like specifically tied to money, like, you know, like the first 2 are, okay? And how am I gonna do that? I ordered these things called power sheets. Let me know if you guys have heard of it or if you used it. And it's supposed to be something to really help you not only establish goals, but really create a system to help you meet those goals. So I'm looking forward to using those. I just want to establish 90-day plans. And establishing 90-day goals, I'll talk about that in a future video, but instead of me just thinking of my overall 2023 goals, I really need to kind of wean them down to quarterly 90-day goals. And I'll get more into that some other time. So this is my monthly snapshot. My projected income is $16,000. I have Christmas, family travel, me and my husband's travel, and my monthly financial goals this month. I want to pay up this little $200 card. I want to earn $1,000 a week, and I want to establish my 2023 sinking fund goals and overall financial goals. So this is my monthly snapshot for December. At the end of the month, I'll come back and I'll recap. So the last thing I want to do in this video is actually set up my monthly budget. So let's go ahead to get to that page. Okay, we are on the monthly budget page, girl, and I'm going to use my last December sticker in this book. So what I like to do with this page is I like to write all my bills down, or just as much of it as I can, as a reference. So as I am doing these weekly paycheck budgets, I could just come right back to this monthly sheet, refer to it. I have my due dates in here, etc. And I could just budget those weeks accordingly. And then it'll let me know, girl, are my goals realistic? You know, am I gonna be able to spend $2,000 for Christmas? Is me and this man really going on a trip? Because once I figure all of this out, I'll know exactly what I have left over, and where I can allocate those funds. Okay. On the first, I have my mortgage. Like I said, I'm just gonna round up to $2,700. Electricity, girl, I'm gonna pay $255 roughly. Gas, I'm going to pay $225. Water and sewer, my gas is due on the 7th. Water, trash, and sewer, this is due on the 1st. It's $125. So this is like my regular monthly water bill. This has nothing to do like with waste management. The people that pick up our trash, that is completely different than this. And the internet. The internet for me is really a business expense, but for some people it might be, you know, a regular home expense. Okay. So for the categories, I don't use, just not to confuse me, I just white it out. Maintenance, I believe my husband has a few house repairs to do, so I don't have a date for that, but I will give him $50 for that to do whatever he needs to do. I'll come back and total it out just before, so I can just make sure I haven't missed anything. So things like food, it doesn't have a due date, it just varies, so I put a line through it. Since my food budget is typically $600 a month, $200 a week is what I try to stick with. But like I said, since the kids are home this month, I'm gonna go ahead and bump that up to $800. Eating out is also something I'm gonna just bump up. I'm gonna do $250 this month. So right now that takes this section to $1,050. Okay, my car payment, I'm just gonna round up. We've been paying extra on this, so I just pay $800. For gas, I usually budget $60 a week, so 60, 120 would be $240. But since they're gonna be home, I might be doing a little bit more activities. I'm going to do $300. Okay, car maintenance. I don't believe we have to get an oil change or anything this month, so I'm still gonna put $120 here because we might, all the trips we have to do. My car wash is on the 1st, that's $35. So we can go ahead and total up this, $12.55, and this is not even including my insurance in my car. I typically would have my insurance there, but that's okay. All right. Credit card, girl, I have tons. Well, not tons, let me say that, but I'll just put my total here. I believe I said I was gonna spend on debt this month is $1,200. Home insurance is $48. I think this is due on the 4th. The car insurance is due on the 18th. I think this is going up, so I need to change that because that's just ridiculous. That is just ridiculous, okay? My health is $54. Dental is another one. It's $120. Life insurance, we are working on changing that, so I am just gonna put 225 for that, okay? So let's see what we have on our insurance. So we're at $647 for our insurances. Sinking funds and saving challenges, girl, I don't know, I have to come back to that. Clothing for the kiddos, no particular date for that, but I do want to get some stuff. So I'm just gonna say $350. Lunch money shouldn't be that high because they're only in school for about 2 weeks this month, okay? So I give each kid $15 a week times 3, that's $45. So they have, let me see exactly how many weeks of school they have this month. Okay, I'm just gonna do it times 3. They have like 2.5. So lunch money this week is gonna be $135. Activities, I don't really think they have any activities. Like there's no sports that I have to pay for right now. At least I don't think so. So I'm just gonna leave that blank. Let's go ahead and add this up. So this is gonna be $485 for these kids, okay? Clothing is really for me and my husband if we want to buy anything, and I think I do want to buy a few little basic stuff here and there. So I'm going to say $400 for us. Beauty, hair, and nails, yes, because I want to get braids this month, so I know that's going to be a little costly. I'm going to say $500 this month on that stuff. Toiletries like toilet paper, lotion, etc. I'm going to say $100. Wellness is we pay $80 to go to the YMCA, and if I need any kind of meds or anything, so I'm just gonna say $100 for that. $400, $500, $1,100. Date night, I already mentioned that my husband and I going out, so let me just put $200 for that. Outings is just gonna be like fun, like anything we do for this entire month. So I'm just gonna put $800 for that. Holidays, I already told you guys I wanna spend $2,000, but you see how quickly these numbers is adding up, right? Let me come back over here and add this column up and just stop playing myself. I think that's it for that column anyway. Okay. Okay, so the holidays, like I told you guys earlier, I'm going to budget $2,000 for that. Subscription, Netflix is doing the first, that is $20. Like Apple, we have a ton of little stupid Apple charges. I hate the Apple charge like $1.99 for every single app. I just hate managing that. So I just put $20 for like all my Apple subscriptions. We have Sirius in our car. That's on the 22nd, and it's $22. We have, so I'm just gonna put various because there's other like little ones that we have, and I'm gonna bundle that up like about, I think there's like about 45 extra bucks. So I think I spend like $100 give or take on subscriptions every month. That's something I really need to get a handle on as well. Subscriptions like food is like another silent killer. You're like, why am I getting charged for this thing and I'm not even using it? So I'm gonna put that on my to-do list. Put that on your to-do list too. Let's go through our subscriptions and cut stuff out that we ain't using because that don't make no damn sense. So we're at $107 for that. Oh, I didn't add this one up here, but this is $2,200, $800, so this is $3,000 right here. Household items, again, you know, paper towel, all those sorts of things. So I'm just gonna budget no, that's fine. Yep, $150. Actual miscellaneous that I do weekly is $5 to $10 a week. So let's just do $40. And I'm gonna put this under projects, but I need to get some containers, especially like to repack this Christmas stuff. You know, a lot of these are probably broken. I need to replace that. So things like that, I'm going to budget $150 for. And my cell phone, girl, I'm gonna budget $500. That's a long story. We don't even need to get into that. Why the cell phone costs so much. It all started, I just said we don't need to get into it, and here I go, right? It all started when I went to Europe this past summer. That's all I can say. You travel internationally, make sure you call them. Don't try to do anything online, because I sure did get beat over my head with that. So we have Zoom, and then others. So we have Zoom. I forgot the day. I think Zoom was on the 14th. I think that's, how much is Zoom? $15. We have a second house now. We have an investment property that needs work. That's part of my 2023 goals. We'll get into that another time, but I'm paying the mortgage on that every month. We're paying the mortgage and there's no one in there, okay? And other stuff that I want to do for the business this month, I'm going to go ahead and just say $300. Okay. And you guys, I'm opening my Etsy shop. I have some other products I have going on, and we have some other streams of income that we're working on. So I just want to make sure I have a few bucks for all of these endeavors. Okay. So I got to come back over here to sinking funds and savings challenges, but I needed to make sure that my house was in order and I had everything going on. So my sinking funds, guys, I think I might be taking a break in December because I really do need to reestablish a few of them. I think I'm going to be reshuffling some of my savings challenges. So I did really well in November for my savings challenges. I was just using the rollover money from my weekly expenses, and that worked out pretty well. So for my sinking funds, I think I'm only going to budget about $800 this month. Okay. And for my savings challenges, I believe I'm only going to personally budget $500 this month. Now I can add more to both of these if I find additional money or I have rollover, and then I really want to separate my Roth IRA out of that. And at a minimum, I want to do, I'm at 500 now. So I would like to get to 500, another 500 by the end of this month. So this is looking at $1,800, okay? All right, let's go ahead and fill this in and let's see if my math is mathing, girl, all right? Because I don't even know. Half of this stuff, we were just winging it.
Debt, 1200, insurances, $647. Savings and investments, $1,800.
We're over by $300. I need to scale back on something. I need to say $300 out of this, okay? So I'm just gonna take it right here. Outings. I think going up $200 is probably unnecessary. So I'm gonna go to 7, take me to 950. Okay, where am I? Food. And girl, that's what you gotta do. This is why I like to do the monthly budget, because it gives me an overall snapshot of what's really going on. Because when you're budgeting week to week, you forget that you got 3, 4, 2 more weeks later down the line. Okay, let's add these numbers again and see if we can get within reason of this 16,000, okay? Okay, guys, we're at 16,274. So 16,274, let's see, 16,301 minus 16,301 minus 16,274. Girl, we have $27 left. We have $27 left. This is a tight budget. December is tight because I want to do so many things, which is why I gotta go hard, guys. I got to go hard and get this money up. Like, that's as simple as it's going to be. And I'm gonna be focused at the grocery shop, at the grocery store. I definitely probably went a little over with the beauty, but because we're traveling, I want to make sure, you know, my nails and stuff are done. And I just look good for the whole month. And yeah, so that is where we are for that. Hey Davis, quick note. This monthly budget was not sitting right with my soul, so your girl had to do it all over again. This margin of $27 was too tight for me. And I did forget a few things, which is why I love doing the monthly budget. So I'll tell you real quick what I changed. Everything stayed the same in my housing bills. Well, you saw that I went to groceries. I went to $700, so that changed. Everything stayed the same in the cards. Everything stayed the same with my car and my debt. Insurance has stayed the same. So this is where there was some change that happened. My savings. So I did go down to my sinking funds on my savings challenges because there's some other things I needed to do this month. My Roth IRA, I did bring it down to $200 this month, which is $50 a week, which is fine. I do have to do some trading and investing this month, and I had to put $1,550 aside for that. So that brought this category up to $2,500 before it was only at $1,800. Clothing and my kids stayed the same. However, clothing for like me and my husband, we don't really need much, and I just need to be buying stuff that I want. How many of you just buy stuff just to be buying things because it's on sale? So I just need to I don't need anything but workout clothes, girl, okay? Hair and nails stay the same. Toiletries, I believe, stay the same. Wellness, so this category just went down by $100. Outing, $500, that remained the same. Christmas, everything. Travel went to $800. So this brought this category to $3,000. My subscriptions actually went up $10 in there just to make sure I covered a few things that I need to cancel. But I know even if I cancel, let's say tomorrow, it probably isn't enough time for it to count for this month. So I want to make sure I still had enough for that. Household items. Before I was separating like regular household items, and I told you I wanted to pick up some things like some new containers, some new storage things, but I just went ahead and consolidated that and just made it $200. I don't need that many things this month. Cell phone, I did reduce it to $300, girl. Another story, another day. Miscellaneous is still $40. So that changed that category from $840 to $540. The business stayed pretty much the same. My mortgage, I just corrected it to what it should be, $405 instead of the $410 to $830. So everything, you know, changed up a little bit. So now this gives me a cushion of $472, which is much better. I'd rather much better be there instead of just $27. So I just want to go ahead and make that little editor's note that I corrected my monthly budget, and now we can move forward and plan accordingly. All right, guys, well, y'all see me set up my monthly spreadsheet here, my monthly calendar. So you see where my money's going so far for the month. It can change. I can add some things. I can take some things out. That is okay. Plans are meant to be changed, but as long as you have some, you're on the right path, okay? And then we set up my monthly snapshot, like my goals for the month, my projected income for the month, my main expenses I plan on having in December. And then lastly, we went ahead and set up my monthly budget. So if you haven't seen, like I said, if you haven't seen my previous videos, I will be sure to link it below, where you'll see me set up my savings challenges and my sinking funds. And then tune in tomorrow so you can see me do my first week's budget in December and a cash stuffing videos. So if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, because I'm taking you through a detailed setup on how I do my monthly budget and a ton of other things this month. So I don't want you to miss a thing. Talk to you soon. Later.